Alright, what's up? In Charm City 187, like I predicted, the Ravens choked, got embarrassed by the fucking Patriots. I think the final score was 41-7, but most of it came during garbage time. For everybody crying for Tyrod Taylor for the past 3 years to play over Joe Flacco, what you saw tonight is why Tyrod Taylor doesn't play. I mean, he can't catch a snap. In the final 2 minutes, I think our offense gave up 21 points in like 18 fucking seconds. So that is why Tyrod Taylor doesn't get to play. And yeah, but with that being said, with how much Tyrod Taylor sucks, Joe sucks as bad, if not worse. I knew from the second play, from our second offensive play, that this game was over. Torrey Smith, wide open down the field, not a defender within 15 yards of him. What does Joe do? He underthrows it and skies it for some unknown fucking reason. And by the time Torrey Smith turns around and waits for the ball and jumps up to catch it, 3 defenders are there and break it up. If he would have thrown the ball like he's supposed to, it would have been an easy fucking touchdown. And I don't want to hear this, oh, his knee's fucked up, that's why it happened. He's been doing it all year long. He's been doing it all year long. Underthrowing, throwing high on out routes, leading receivers into zones where they're just getting picked off like he did with Dennis Pitta. Pitta stopped in the perfect spot right in between the 2 zones. All Joe had to throw the ball to him. But no, he throws it way the fuck over here, right to the defender. Joe, 22 of 38, 260 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So for the season, I believe he has 18 touchdowns and 20 interceptions. That is so worth $120 million. Like, it's fucking pathetic. And this is what really, really pissed me off. Coaching is what lost this game. This is the first way coaching lost it. Baltimore rushing, Ray Rice, 11 carries for 40 yards. Bernard Pierce, 10 carries for 30 yards. Now, at the beginning of the, mind you, we're playing the worst run defense in the NFL. New England is the worst run defense in the NFL. The first 3 quarters of the game, Ray and Pierce were getting 5 to 7 yards every time they touched the fucking ball. Every time they touched the ball, they were getting like 5 yards. The first interception Joe threw, we ran the ball out to midfield, and then Joe throws the ball and throws an interception. The second one, we started backed up at like our 5-yard line, and Bernard Pierce ran it out to about the 35 or 37. And then we started throwing it again, and Joe threw another pick. When you only run the ball 20 times with 2 backs against the worst run defense in the league, that's bad coaching. Nothing else to say about it. That's bad coaching. We were bringing the ball out to almost midfield, and then Joe just throws interceptions. Just keep running the fucking ball. Oh yeah, the other way coaching lost the game. End of the first half. There's 1 minute and 40 seconds left. New England has the ball at like the 45-yard line. It's 3rd and 20 with 1 minute 40 left. We have 1 timeout because Harbaugh found it useful to blow 2 timeouts in the beginning of the second quarter when we didn't even need to fucking use them. So, 1 minute 40 seconds left. We have 1 timeout. It's 3rd and 20. What does Harbaugh do? He lets them run the clock all the way down to 0. And then they snap it, and then it's 4th and 15 with like 1 minute and 10 seconds left. And what does he do? He lets them run it all the way down to 0. Belichick calls a timeout, and then they punt it, and we get the ball with 20 seconds at our 20 with 1 timeout, and we take a knee. When if we would have just used the timeout, we would have got the ball at our 20 with about 65 seconds roughly left. And I mean, Harbaugh has no idea about clock management, timeout management. I don't know if it's him or the person he has telling him, like, the time management aspects of it or when to use the timeouts, but whoever's telling him when to call timeouts is an idiot. Yeah. The Chicago game and the Green Bay game, both of those were lost by coaching. Harbaugh lost both them games himself. And with them two losses, this one, we're done. I don't even think we can make the playoffs unless if Baltimore, Miami, and San Diego all finish 9-7, we're out because Miami has a better division record. They have a better AFC record than we have. It doesn't matter that we beat them when we played them. If it's a three-way tie, it goes to the best division record. So Miami has an easy game. San Diego has an easy game. Pittsburgh has an easy game. So all of them are probably going to win next week. If all of them win, we're out. Even if we do beat Cincinnati, which I really don't think we're going to do. Especially if Joe and the offense play like they did today. The defense was actually good. They gave up 158 yards passing to Brady, and they gave up 140 yards rushing to 4 running backs, which, when you really think about it, they didn't really give up any. They gave up about 80 yards on the drive after we scored a touchdown. Up until then, New England wasn't able to do anything on the defense. It was just, Ron Winters is the worst NFL referee, like, ever. In the history of the league, he is horrible. Their whole staff is fucking clueless. Yeah. Joe throwing interceptions, giving them 30, 40-yard fields to work with to score touchdowns, and I mean that's what happens. Brady had 1 touchdown pass. He was 14 of 26 for 158 yards. Yeah, when you see that, a defense holds a quarterback like Brady to that, you should win the fucking game. But when your quarterback throws 2 interceptions and no touchdowns, you don't stand a chance. I mean, even New England's running backs, even though they weren't able to move the ball well, they still ran it 16 times each. Ours only ran it 11 and 10. That shows you how much better of a coach Belichick is. Even though they weren't able to run the ball well against us, they still kept at it. And then in the end, it worked for them. But yeah. It's pathetic to say the least. So, yeah. Harbaugh cost us another, it wasn't all Harbaugh this one, but Harbaugh and his buddy Joe lost this game. And I don't want to hear it's, his knee. He's been doing it all year long. He only hurt his knee last week. What about the rest of the year? That's all I can say. But alright, I'm done. Peace.